Welcome to the Unwrapped Leader Podcast, where we get raw, real, and relevant in the new network marketing, and you can become a gifted leader in your business. I'm Dracy Dewar here from the Gold Coast in Australia, and I am excited to do today's podcast on going from holiday mode to work mode. And because we promise you guys to do something relevant always, what's really relevant is I've just got back from holidays. I've been very blessed to go over to America. I got to spend a couple of weeks. I actually met my real DNA dad. I'm 54 years old, and I had the opportunity to meet him for the first time. And this lovely person, oh my God, welcomed me with open arms. It was an amazing, amazing experience. I just have to say that to you guys. I had no intentions of actually reaching out or meeting this lovely person. And I'm just so glad that my daughter said to me, Mom, what if we want to know? And so that's what I did. And so I did the ancestry.com, you guys, and it did connect me to this amazing human being that it's so weird because I never met somebody that I was just like so much alike. And it was super cool. We liked the same things. We said the same things. We had the same outlook in life of positivity, being generous, and really doing our best to help people learn and do new things. So we had a great time. I am actually wearing my Phoenix hat. I was spoiled. I got to go golfing. He liked golfing too, so we did like 45 holes of golfing. I learned how to play pickleball, which was super cool, and we played cards. He loves to play cards, and so I got to play cards, which was great because that's something I love to do. And overall, met some amazing people. And if it wasn't for ancestry.com and it connecting me with a cousin that I would have never met, she was so generous in making this happen and making it really, really special for me. So again, now after coming through such, an experience of a holiday and a life experience like that, I guess what's really real and really raw is that I am really now was struggling to get back into work mode. And so I've been home for over a week now, and it just really helped me reflect. I've been on holidays before. I've had some amazing and epic holidays in the last 30 years, especially being in the network marketing industry. Our companies always send us on some amazing holidays, as well as I've had some best family holidays and things like that. But I just realized what is different. I usually always come home to something to be running right away. I will have my events set up. I'll have, appointments booked. And so pretty much when I get home, I'm already into that work mode. And so I had much more loose plans. I kind of know my roles and responsibilities. I kind of know what I got to do. But I didn't have anything epic or major booked or planned into my schedule. So I got home really, really struggling to get back into the game. And so I had to sit back and really, really work through what I need to do to kind of get myself going and rolling. And so I thought, what a great podcast episode, because I know it is April, and those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, in the next couple of months, you guys are going to be going back into summertime. And I know that is a really big time for a holiday time for a lot of you. And so I just kind of thought this would make it for a really great topic. So I thought I would share 7 tips to getting yourself back on track, focused on the things that matter. And 2 of them I really want to highlight with more tips and take some more time on, and that'll be a mindset and productivity. So getting started, you guys, I'm going to get started with number 1, what I needed to do to get myself in the game. And yes, it's number 1 is my mindset shift. I'm in such a relaxed mode. And again, I'm on airy fairy in the sky. My head's in the sky. And so I did have some struggles, as I shared, to get that focus back. And so what I did, just to kind of help you guys off, as I'm going to give you 3 little tips on my mindset, is I had to come back to the basics of visualizing my success and setting those clear goals. And so I was really grateful that this year I had done my vision board. And so I was able to go back to my vision board and really take a nice deep dive, a moment, and look at all the things that I had on my vision board of the things that I wanted to do, be, and have, and really the things that matter, the things I really want to fiercely protect. And because I've worked that out so clearly, it just allowed me to get myself back into that game and to really think of the things moving forward. And so that was really helpful in that. But then it allowed me again to go on to not just the long term, but the and bring it back and wheel it back into the short term. So just defining what that looked like for me was really helpful. And so I was able to start thinking about those actionable steps to really reach my objectives in there. So that was number one in my mindset. And number two is I had to again come really think about the positivity and the gratitude. I had to come back to, because holiday mode, I want to stay in that. It was so fun. But I have to really go back into what's positive about what it is that I do and what is it that I'm really grateful. But I think where the turning point is working through what is my mission, what is my message, and who am I helping and how am I helping them. And so I just really went back to the fact that, as we share, we are in the business of building leaders and helping people unwrap their gifts and be the best version of themselves and becoming leaders. And I am on a mission to really give this industry the reputation it deserves because of the life-changing opportunity that it does give. So once I got myself into the state of my message and my mission and the fact of what is so positive about what I do and the gratitude that I have for this industry and the people around me, that was really, again, another great mindset shift that I was able to make in there. And then the third thing in my mindset shift was to be able to just really embrace the challenges that I do see for myself and what kind of things, setbacks that I do see. And so one is that, because we come back from a holiday, we almost need a holiday from a holiday. And so it's just reflecting on what that looks like. And just as well as you hit the ground running and you just kind of go full steam like a thoroughbred. And so we got to really learn what that challenges could be. So what other challenges would there be? Overdoing it. So I had to reflect on, am I going to be overdoing it and how I can kind of schedule myself. And so this leads into the other tips that I have to make sure that I don't burn out as well as, overdo it in any sense. But what other challenges do I see in these next 30, 60, 90 days? And once I can embrace what those challenges are, again, I can, I guess, set myself up for success in that. And I think just making that mindset shift, it allowed me to reframe my personal perspective. It allowed me to regain some focus. It also re-energized myself, which I think is really great, especially after a break. That I think is really important. So the mindset in itself is an important tool. And so we all know it has a significant impact on the success of our business. And so again, with coming back from holidays, it's just, really important to have a positive approach and a determined attitude to get back on track. And so that leads into my number two of getting myself back on track is, again, the goal setting. So getting now more specific on my SMART measurable goals, very specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And so why I say that is because this is where that 30, 60, 90 day, now that I've got my vision board and I see what I'm wanting to do, the goal setting is coming back into, okay, what kind of goal setting am I setting? Especially in our business, we really want to set what is our personal productivity, what is my team goals, but I think also what are the current events that are going on, any current promotions that are happening, so I can just make sure I have a clear picture what that looks like, what do I want to achieve, and who do I want to be inviting, or what I want to be doing in the short term of that. And so because of that goal setting, it allows me go into number three, which is the planning and organizing. Okay, so how important is it for us to highlight the benefits of planning and organizing these tasks? Because if your nature is a little bit of a fly by the seat of the pants, and I probably could easily do any of these tasks because I've done enough times, but what happens is when you want to have your team involved, they need time to process. They need time to know how they're going to support and help you in achieving your goals. So, and helping them achieve their goals. So planning and organizing is very, very important. And so this is where I come into my daily method of operation. This is where I think about getting my content planner in place for my own social media strategy, but also my events that are coming and that I'm leading into so I can start planning with that. So that's kind of where the planning and organizing starts coming in. And so that comes into number 4. And number 4 is reconnecting with my network. And so when I work out my daily method of operations, we have what we talk about is our 6 C's. And so in the 6 C's, who are we chatting with? What customers are we connecting with? Who are we coaching? Connecting with the people we're coaching, and just the people that we're having the chats with that we're kind of praising progress and recognizing results. Again, just going back to that network of who we start connecting with. And so that's why, again, coming down to the planning and organizing is important, putting that plan in place to really help you so you know who you're talking with and how much time you're talking with. Because when you come back from a holiday, you can have a lot of conversations. And so that's also something you want to be task orientated as well as in your chitty chatty bits. So, which leads into number 5. And I want to take some time on expanding on that. And that is number 5, productivity. Just really, again, coming down and honing in on my productivity, meaning how do I stay focused and efficient in what I am doing? Because doing those chats and coaching calls and reaching out to customers can also be unproductive. And so that's where in my productivity tips, I really want to set my priorities and plan my day. So it is making sure getting up in the morning and doing my to-do list and who I in my daily sees, reaching out and what kind of content I want to do on a daily basis and who I want to reach out to. So I think that is just hugely important. And I know we talk about it normally, but when you're trying to get back on track, if you can set your priorities and plan your day is massive. And then that leads into the other productivity tip I have, and that's time management techniques. And this is what I've had to do to get even today done. In one of the techniques I use is the Pomodoro technique, and that is like my time blocking. I go on a 25-minute segment and I give myself a 5-minute segment. I have had to eliminate distractions, minimize it as much as possible. And so I try to do 4 of those, and then I give myself a half-hour break in there. And so again, whatever time management tips you might have, if you have some time management tips, please put it in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. But that's how I'm able to structure my workday and maximize my productivity. And it really helps me eliminating distractions. I also, in my productivity, I look at what can I delegate, and what processes, again, reassess my automation processes that I do have. I'm not very good at that. So I always have to kind of, again, reset, okay, which processes I'm going to use to automate, but what am I delegating? And again, it's just going through that. And I know we have a really good tips and techniques in that in our book. I know Teisha takes a really good job on dividing the tasks to delegate and do as well as get rid of. But then it comes into another tip of productivity, again, because you can totally go gung-ho, you need to take those breaks. And so that's why I do the Pomodoro one, is to give me some regular breaks, recharge, as well as most importantly, to avoid any burnout. But in saying that, I'll take some stretching, go for a walk to the beach, go and reconnect with earthing. That's kind of some of the tips that I have had to do for myself. And then just really review and reflect at the end of the day. Each day since I've gotten back, I've had what has been good, what hasn't. I've probably been more unproductive than productive. So then it's okay, what can I do better? And it's just taken a little bit, but these little tips have helped me. Doing this podcast was probably the best thing I could do to get myself back on track. And so again, that leads into our 6th tip of getting back on track, and that comes back to self-care and well-being. I did share about being productive, to be productive, to take those breaks. But it's most importantly, the self-care is to help you have that healthy work-life balance. And so I think it's important to manage stress by staying energized and prioritizing, self-care in what you're doing. It also is definitely sustainable on the long term in your network marketing business when you do that. And so leading into number 7 is the learning and development. This probably would be the biggest thing I had to do when I got back because I was struggling. is I just had to find the podcast that I really liked. I just had to get the book out that I really am enjoying. So I brought out my Atomic Habits to get me back into some good, healthy habits. I also reached out and started listening to Tim Ferriss as well. Amy Porterfield. These were some people that just helped again get me exploded into wanting to do what I do, love what I do, and remind me why I'm doing what I'm doing. And because I love what I do and I do what I love, it has been so much more fun doing this podcast and being able to share this with you guys. So as I close, I just really want you guys to sit back and just really take your time where you're at. Because one of the things about this business, even if you felt overwhelmed or you've been on a holiday and you needed to reset, these are just some really good goals to reset for your business, because we like setting big goals. We want to learn to eliminate the distractions and just remember that consistency and determination and that positive mindset is your key to success. So by implementing these strategies and tips and insights that I have shared with you, this is what for you to help you become more focused and have the power to realign yourself with your efforts in achieving your business objectives. So I encourage you to stay committed to your goals, embrace the challenges as opportunities for you to grow, as well as prioritize that self-care to sustain your momentum and your performance in the long run. So with saying that, you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this, because this is your opportunity to fulfill your business pursuits and go forth with confidence and purpose and a steadfast commitment to making your dreams come true. So I hope you have a great day. And if you've liked this, please say like. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. And if you're listening in on Spotify or Apple, please give us a 5-star review. And most importantly, who do you know is going on holidays? And please share this with them. I look forward to seeing you guys in our next episode. You guys have a great day, and thank you for tuning in.